everybody! Welcome back to Northern Lion Plays the Binding of Isaac Rebirth. Let's get going here. I don't really want to talk about the streak because I'm pretty confident that we'll random the Lost here. No, he's on the other side of the map. We're going to be Blue Baby instead. Why does it feel like we have not been Blue Baby in 100 years? Lately, you know, random goes through fits and spurts. You know how sometimes people would ask you what your favorite food is, and pizza, obviously. But you can go like 3 months without having pizza, and then you don't even really realize it. But then, you know, 1 week, you're like, I'm feeling like pizza. And then you end up having pizza like 3 times in 1 week, and you're like, oh, what am I doing with my life? What am I doing with my life? Anyway, maybe that's just me. Don't even look down on me for that if you're still at an age where your parents provide most of your meals for you. Because that's the real pressure of adulthood, man, is having the opportunity to eat pizza for every meal, but not being able to do so because people would look down on you, and also you would probably, you know, suffer an earlier death than you would otherwise get. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. The analogy that I'm trying to make is that random is like that. Sometimes the game says, I want to be Samson. And then you end up being Samson, you know. Oh, the relic is Blue Baby. Don't mind if I do. You end up being Samson like 5 out of the next 6 runs in random. And then you never see Samson again. You end up getting Isaac a little bit. Not that I'm going to complain. So, hey, if we're going through fits and spurts and maybe we're going to get some different characters in random than Samson and Maggie, that's fine by me. We did go through a long period of pretty much exclusively getting Samson, Maggie, and then, you know, 1 out of every 4 times the Lost as well. Please keep Azazel as a part of it, though. I am looking for a bomb. We have a Tinted Rock, and early Tinted Rocks are basically the lifeblood of any Blue Baby run, because as much as I like to think that I'm a half-decent player at the Binding of Isaac Rebirth, half-decent player, just put that on my license plate, HF, you know, it probably just doesn't work within the character limit. Sounds like I'm talking about Twitter, but actually I'm talking about, you know, the nation's first Twitter. License plate character limits. But in any case, as much as I like to think that I'm a pretty decent player at the Binding of Isaac, especially considering that we're starting on the cellar, I would expect that it's probably inevitable I will take some damage, thank you, Relic, in the process here. It is the haunt on the first floor. I guess when you're Blue Baby, it doesn't really matter whether you fight the haunt on the first floor or the second floor. Now I wish we really got 2 bombs on this floor so I could, oh, can we make it? Yes! So that I had the opportunity to use 1 bomb on the Tinted Rock, 1 bomb to blow these 2 guys up, and then I could just, you know, probably take like 1.5 hearts worth of damage against the haunt anyway. This guy is still super annoying. I wouldn't say a nightmare, but I have this weird, you know, dark cloud of foreboding above my head. Not that the haunt is impossible to beat, okay? You know, he's got a very set pattern, and most of the damage that I take against the haunt is avoidable damage that is just because I'm impatient, basically. You know, I stand in there to do a little bit too many shots, and then it ends up biting me in the ass. But I have this dark nightmare that Ed in the expansion introduces, like, champion versions of the haunt on the first floor that, like, well, I don't even know what they could do to make it worse, but, you know, maybe the ghosts explode into bullets when they die. That would be annoying. Or maybe the ghosts enter, like, the ooze state when they die, like the red champion ones. Or maybe you end up fighting, like, 2 miniature haunts that each have 3 ghosts, but they have a lot less HP. Please, have mercy. Don't do it. Coat hanger. Yeah, I mean, considering we already have the relic, I'm not going to be too mad about getting the coat hanger here. We could use some DPS upgrades, and this is a good start when you're talking about stuff that DPS can help you with. Might as well explore the rest of the floor. Probably like 2 rooms away from getting a... Oh, fuck this. I'm so tempted to use the stars card. But in a weird twist of fate, Shoop the Whoop wouldn't be the worst thing in the world here. I could replace the poop with it. I do think the poop trinket is better in Rebirth as a result of petrified poop existing. But it's still not good, and I look to replace it as early as possible with something that's a little bit less utility-focused and a little bit more, often offensively minded, but quite frankly, I'll take what I can get. And they just looked at me with their big brown eyes and said, you can't replace the poop yet. Baby, you can't replace the poop yet. Pretty soon, this will be over. Actually, you know, at least it wasn't super envy. This has actually gone pretty easy. Or it's gone pretty well so far. I think that we have enough Spirit Hearts that we can justify this, honestly. Going down here into the Curse Room, and then we got a Spirit Heart back. You know, we ended up losing a half Spirit Heart as a result of that, but that's actually okay. We were planning on losing 1 to begin with, and we didn't have any bombs there, so I had to think fast. That's okay. It went surprisingly fine. It would have been maybe a little bit more dangerous, or a little bit more deleterious, unfortunately, if we have had, like, there's like some troll bombs in there, especially if I got hit by the troll bombs. There might have even been like an off chance that we would actually die in the process. But anyway, this floor is Bomb City, I hope. Not like it is the bomb. Literally, I just want there to be a city full of, you know, explosive ordnance that I have the opportunity to capitalize on for myself. Yes. That is not going to help with the extra spirit heart will. I guess we don't need the tinted rocks that desperately if we have the relic and we're able to actually provide for ourselves directly with the spirit hearts. You know, cut the middleman out of the equation. The middle rock, if you will. We will, if we get more keys, we'll end up shooting all that poop, I think, to try to buy an extra spirit heart from the shop, if it's at all possible. Right now, you know, a little bit low on money, but also we don't have the keys necessary to access the shop regardless, so I don't think we really need to sweat it all that much. We're up to 3 cents now. Not quite there. Okay, Fat Odd Mushroom. I actually really like this item as Blue Baby because it gives you a full Spirit Heart as opposed to what it does if you're another character, which is an empty Red Heart container, which, don't get me wrong, can be good if you're rolling like some Whore of Babylon shenanigans or something like that, but I'll take the damage plus the guaranteed HP as well. Now, we are at 4.5 Spirit Hearts, which is enough to feel pretty good about... maybe we will end up shooting all the poop. It's enough to feel pretty good about where we're at when it comes to a deal with the devil. Ideally, we'd be able to pick up like another 2 cents before we go to our boss room, and another spirit heart as well. But there's not really any difference between 4.5 hearts and 5.5 hearts. We still can't take 2 deals with the devil unless one of them is a deal that gives us hearts back, like ceremonial robes, the mark, or the pact. I don't remember how 9 lives works as Blue Baby. I think it treats it as if your spirit hearts are red hearts, so it would lower us down to 1 spirit heart. But we could take 9 lives and then take the deal after that, and maybe a second deal if they keep the room actually open for us. But anyway, we'll see. For now, this is going just fine. Dingle fight, pretty easy. We've had some damage upgrades, some DPS upgrades in the form of the coat hanger. Easy stuff. Super bandage is really going to help us out. Now we are in 2 deal with the devil territory. We got 8.5 spirit hearts. Definitely Death's Touch. We've had Death's Touch a lot lately, but I don't think anyone's going to be too salty about it. As much as I don't like the poop, I think the 3 Spirit Hearts we already have are probably better than the advantage that we'd get from Necronomicon. Especially, you know, Death's Touch is kind of like its own Necronomicon. I don't really want to go into that curse room until we have a bomb, just so we can avoid that, you know, situation we ran into last time. Where I have to run through the blue fires in order to try to, you know, make a profit on it. But... like, Death's Touch is already, like, its own Necronomicon. On big rooms full of... Oh, yes. We made the right decision, I think. On big rooms full of small enemies... That was not a good way to handle that. Death's Touch will, you know, cut through these enemies really, really easily. Which is basically what we'd be using the Necronomicon for to begin with. I shouldn't have shot that until we used, until we picked up Petrified Poop, but don't worry about it. It's all good. So we got another key and a Spirit Heart back from that. With Petrified Poop, I would expect that we will be fine for, maybe not every shop, but every other shop if we want to buy an item. All we need to do is fight Greed once, and then all the other shops will probably be paid for. There's 2 more bombs. I'll open it. I feel like, yeah, we already got, you know, more than what we paid out of it, which is great, and we can go to our curse room now. I've taken a little bit more damage than I like on this floor, a lot of preventable damage. Oh my god. I'm not sure if you can hear this, but my cat is freaking out under the desk here. Tomo, it's alright, buddy. What do you... The other cat, Ruka's not even chasing you, man. You gotta cool it a little bit. They always get excited when I start talking. Maybe it's like some evolutionary thing where when, like, they're like, a human is talking, some shit's going down. Nope, just, you know, playing a video game for the internet, as I am wont to do. You can go back to sleep, should you desire it. Well worth coming into this room. Alright, what do I want next on this run? Because we're set up in a very, very nice position here. Death's Touch is not quite an instant win item in and of itself, but it puts you probably literally 1 item away from an instant win item. So, I'm feeling like we're in an incredibly, you know, conceivably won position here. I don't necessarily want to call it a 1 run yet, but it's looking quite nice. That is not good right there, but that should be 15 cents. Ah, 19 cents, actually. Spider Butt. You know, Spider Butt's okay, but considering we have Petrified Poop, I'd rather have the relatively guaranteed money. Converter, not very good as Blue Baby. Instead, we will roll Black Candle, which will give us an extra, effectively a Spirit Heart. Just stood there and took that one, basically. And also makes us immune to curses, which means it's basically impossible that I end up ruining my run accidentally by picking up a shit item. Now, I could ruin it on purpose by picking up a shit item. That happens all the time. Finally, that guy exploded. Kind of hoping this is the Joker. What's the other one? The stars? As much as I do love the idea of using, you know, petrified poop plus 2 of diamonds to get ourselves in a position where we, basically never have to worry about money again, I also really like the idea of having a stars card, which allows me to, teleport out of the boss rush room. If we're going fast enough to make it in the first place. So I'm gonna keep the timer up, intermittently throughout the run. And we'll make a decision, but I think I probably will use 2 of diamonds on this floor and take the stars with me. Terrible damage here. We've gotten very lucky that we've gotten, you know, enough HP back that I'm not really hurting myself as a result of this, but I do feel like an idiot for taking as much damage as I am taking here. Yeah, we might as well open it. We got a bomb back for it, which I actually feel like is pretty good. Alright, this is, again, like my favorite situation that you can encounter in Rebirth. What we want to have happen here is a fallen fight, a great item, and then a deal with the devil that gives us some great item choices as well. And it's going to be a very easy fight. The fallen is pretty simple relative to the stuff that, you know, you get from him. Unfortunately, we got Book of Sin, which is not that amazing. Is it better than the poop? Yes. Is it better than the poop when we have, petrified poop? Maybe not. And here, we have to make a decision, and this is actually an interesting deal with the devil. I think, guaranteed, we have to take Whore of Babylon for the extra damage. That's going to be huge for us. And honestly, I think we take Rotten Baby as well, but we had some choices there. We could have chosen to take nothing, or we could have chosen to take, Guppy's Collar and go for the Guppy play, but I'm going to stick with it this way. I'm assuming that we have some more red hearts coming pretty soon. I'm just going to pop 2 of diamonds. Because I'm entertaining the idea of boss rush, yes, and I'm going to buy the spirit heart back here just to keep ourselves safe for a little while, but that deal with the devil was pretty awesome. We're going to get 1.5 times damage, or plus 1.5 damage. I think it's 1.5 times damage, though, from Whore of Babylon. Rotten Baby, the flies, it's going to generate, you know, like 1 every 2 seconds, assuming that they're constantly being used, and each one of those is going to do 2 times the 1.5 times damage that I was already doing, so I'm happy with it. I would be a little disappointed to see a lot of Guppy items in these chests, but I guess, you know, the Guppy items would still be giving us something we didn't have anyway. Not the best boss trap room here, but we do only have 2 bosses, and it's a good opportunity to test, you know, how much damage we're doing and see what our DPS is like. Is slowing us down to the point where I would be, you know, I've got about 2.5 minutes on this floor before I start to think that we're going a little too slow. That's not a lot of time, but we can make up 2.5 minutes with our extra damage on these future runes, probably. And yes, I chose to go with Book of Sin, or sorry, I chose to go with the poop instead of Book of Sin. Your mileage may vary on that one. Book of Sin is a better item, but I so rarely have the opportunity to use poop and petrified poop together. And by so rarely, I don't mean like it never happens, but which is like literally the definition of so rarely. But I don't have the opportunity to do it as much as I would like to. That's the crux of it for me. So we're already building our spirit hearts back relatively nicely. We're still at a point where we're not one-shotting these guys, which is a little disappointing. That's kind of like, you know, that's the thing that takes my damage, in my mind, from like a B to an A. Like, it's already great. But if we could just get to the point where maybe, we are, you know, one-shotting the weakest enemies in the game, that feels good. That means you're probably like 3-shotting some of the tougher ones, maybe like 5-shotting Mask of Infamy. Not the boss, but the miniature Mask of Infamy. That's a good indication that, you know, you're in a great position. That being said, we don't have to worry about our damage being super amazing or anything like that right now, because we already have amazing HP and a great way to replenish it in the future as well, via the relic. If I can just stop taking deals with the devil, that maybe put me in a little bit of a dangerous spot. Petrified poop is going to make it, at least in conjunction with our bombs, it's going to make it possible that our shop pays out for us nicely here. Don't really want to replace our spacebar item, because we do have a decent synergy with its trinket here, but I would totally, well, don't worry about it. I was going to say I would totally be open to like a starter deck, but I'm always open to a starter deck, you know, when is that not the case? Steam sale, we only have 2 more shops, I mean ideally 2 more shops coming, but a Curse of the Labyrinth or something, or another super greed fight could get in the way. Monkey's Paw is okay. And finally, we're going to have the opportunity to get like another vanilla, very standard boss item here. which, to be honest with you, I'm a little bit excited about. I would love to pick up Torn Photo or something like that. HP, not that valuable, but if I can get like Torn Photo or something, that would be nice. Or Placenta, which is HP. We don't get any regen out of it, so it's just like, it's effectively the same as the other HP, but whatever. Of course, you know, you can take the obvious outcomes here as desirable. I would love to get Dark Bum. Dark Bum plus the Relic as Blue Baby seems crazy. Super good synergy. 2 Spirit Hearts randomly. Hey, 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 hey! 1 second. Cats, you gotta relax, man. Tomo just tried to, you know, mountain climb his way up me. Who do you think you are, Chris O'Donnell in the classic film Vertical Limit? That movie actually sucks, by the way. Awaz Rune. We will check for Black Market. It's only like a 10% chance, so I didn't think that it was very likely, but worth a shot nonetheless. We have one more wall crawler over there. Oh, he's up here. Okay. Yeah, and I walked into him for reasons unbeknownst. Unfortunately, can't really get much value out of our blood bank. Are we really going to do this again? Yes. Even though I love this run, we're going to re-roll it. I'll take Daddy Longlegs. We're very fast. We've got Anti-Grav Tears. No, we've got Strange Attractor. Shielded Tears. I'm just going to go down to the next floor, man. We're going to D6 whenever it's possible because it's fun. We already had a 1 run. Count it. Put +1 on the streak. I know that's not technically how that works, but, you know, now let's roll the dice and see if we can have a truly remarkable run. I'm really interested to see how this damage does. Are we still Blue Baby, by the way? I actually don't know. I'm a little scared by Strange Attractor, you know, the magnetic tears, but at the same time, I have to think that if there's any item that would make it a little safer to be using Strange Attractor, it is probably Shielded Tears. That or just doing enough damage that the enemies can't touch you in the first place. Okay, we gotta get a reroll on this run as fast as possible. I don't even want to do that big room. The Strange Attractor is just killing us here with our lack of range, so... Like, the enemies are getting... Yeah, too close. We have 6 bombs. Suicide King. Can't do anything with that yet. Maybe in the future. Hey! I can hear the cats. They're going crazy. What's your problem? Man, we've only got 2 more rooms to get through. Just finish it up, little haunt. I can't be bothered to lose my entire run worrying about this shit. Thank you, Daddy Longlegs, as well. It's a shame that we're going to lose Daddy Longlegs to such an idiotic run. But it's got to be done. Which one's for me and which one's for the enemies? Alright, we're done. Dagaz Rune. We need the HP. Now, we'll come in here and see if we actually want to reroll this, which we do. That'll become a prayer card. Oh, this seems great. Okay, I'm feeling better about it already. We got Anti-Grav. It's weird how those are all coming at the same time here. We got Anti-Grav. Money equals power. Technology 2. So our damage is actually piss poor, as you may have noticed here. I don't even talk about the fact that I just walked on the spikes. Sometimes you gotta walk on the spikes just to keep yourself fresh. Our damage is actually terrible. I was hoping that that would not be the case. With money equals power, there is a chance for it to get better, but it really doesn't seem that good right now. Now, I do want to get out of this floor. Oh, we have an extra life. Why do we have an extra life? I don't really want to kill myself with Suicide King, but there is the theoretical chance for that to be awesome, especially with the D100 that would allow us to reroll the items if we got items on the Deal with the Devil. We must have Gimpy or Fanny Pack because I just got hit but got a Spirit Heart out of it. Yeah, this is another run that we're going to want to reroll. My thinking is that we'll probably let ourselves use this one on the boss to get a charge for the Deal with the Devil. If that makes sense. That way on the Deal with the Devil we can reroll whatever we get. The D100 has been showing up like crazy, but I'm not really one to complain about that right now. I've re-embraced the zaniness factor, and it's been working out relatively well. Still got a really great win percentage on runs where I go for that. Where I, you know, fully embrace the zaniness. Let's go fight the boss. And I don't really... What are we on? Depths 1? Necropolis 1? I don't really love the idea of fighting the boss in this situation, but I'd rather have the reroll ready for when we do go fight the boss. Maybe we can pick up 9 lives, and then I could probably justify using the Suicide King card if we have a good amount of damage, so that when I come back to life with no HP, I could still, you know, get something out of it. So Mask of Infamy is, you know, if you're gonna have a low damage run, it sucks to fight Mask of Infamy, but at the same time, we do have Penetrative Tears, which is probably a more important factor within the fight than the actual, you know, absolute damage that we're doing. It's gonna take a while. Just, you know, get yourselves a snack or something. But it's not going to be that bad, and when the actual mask part of Mask of Infamy walks into the shots, it'll actually take damage even if they're on the front. I didn't even realize, but we do have Sissy Longlegs. Those spiders are going to help out a little bit with our damage, and that's done. We'll take the screw. No, we'll take the screw when we leave, because I actually want that. I also want the goat head, but there's no way around it, basically. If I pick up the goat head, I'll end up re-rolling it. If it's same with Satanic Bible, so I might as well just re-roll them both now and then take whatever we want. And, we will take Mom's Knife. I don't think we need Book of Belial. As much as it... If we took Book of Belial, it would contribute for sure to a 1-run. So what do we have going on here? We got Mom's Knife. It looks like maybe Lump of Coal. Bloody Lust. Possibly... Oh, we're blue because of Blue Baby, not because of Anti-Grav, which we already had. Holy Water, Nod Leaf. Yeah, definitely Nod Leaf. So I'm assuming that a lot of our advantages are actually... Oh, Mom's Contact, too. I'm assuming that a lot of our advantages are actually under the surface right now, so probably like a lot of stat upgrades, which is totally fine. This is not necessarily a, well, let me put it this way. It's a very strong run. It's not necessarily that noteworthy of a run, though. If I was going for... Oh, my God. Ah! What? Get out of here! Get out of here! Hey! 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 Down. You're not welcome on my desk anymore. You just starred an email in Gmail that this person subscribed to me. It's nice. I mean, it's flattering, but at the same time, what do you know? Why them? All right, so we're gonna have a little bit of a frame rate thing there, but it came back. Cats, man. It's almost like they, you know, don't have intellect on the level of a human and don't understand what they're messing with. And you know, at the same time, I'm not trying to say cats are dumb, just that, you know. If a person did this, you would be like, oh my God. If a person did this, you would be like, what the heck is wrong with you? They're just a little too excited right now. What I was saying, what I was trying to say at least, is that this run is powerful, and certainly you would assume that it's powerful enough to win with. But it's not that exciting. Like, if I'm going for a D100 run, I don't want to just stack up Mom's Knife a lot of damage, right? We might as well go for something a little bit more intense. So let's pick this up and re-roll it. Now we got Lord of the Flies, Cursed Eye, Parasites, Tiny Planet. Here's what we're going to do. I like the idea of this run. I do worry that it's just fucking awful. Like, we won't even be able to hit anything. And it's Cursed Eye, and it's Tiny Planet. Like, even with a full Cursed Eye shot, we're only shooting 2 shots. That's not very much. If we had a little bit more than that, I would definitely consider this a little bit more likely to work. I'm going to take the stars card still. I know that makes me a big puss, but look at what I'm doing on this run. You know, have risk on one element of your run and then hedge your bets with a safe card like the stars instead of Suicide King. We're going to try this out not on the boss rush room. We're just going to see how much damage the shots actually do if they land. Honestly, I don't think this run is good enough to stick with. I'm starting to question that. Like, we're actually doing quite a lot of damage here. I think I'm going to re-roll it, though, in the hopes of something that's more powerful and zanier. So this one is giving me Tiny Planet again, Firemind, I think, Sad Bombs. I like that. Proptosis, I think, is an element here. Firemind scares the shit out of me. I think we got number 1, too, for terrible range. But I think I can roll with this, actually. I think I can stick with this if I want to, but we can always re-roll it one more time. Proptosis is just so much damage, but I love Sad Bomb's BBF as a combo. The problem is that with low range, like we have with number 1 here, it's super risky to take low range and Firemind. Well, it's not just number 1, I guess, it's Proptosis as well. In fact, now that I think about it, we might not even have, number 1. Our rate of fire doesn't seem that high. I think we might just have proptosis. Oh my, the cats are freaking out. Why do you always sneak up on me?
I was standing here for 5 minutes, man.
That is the definition of sneaking up. You're just standing here for 5 minutes, not even saying anything. Hello.
I was waiting for you to
Oh my
your
god.
sentence.
Kate, what's up?
What happened to the cats?
They're just going crazy. I don't know. They jumped up here and almost knocked my keyboard off.
Oh my god.
Yeah, Tomo's freaking out. I don't know. He's gone a little squirrely this morning.
Where is he?
He's in the window right now.
Oh.
I don't think he's like sad or anything. I think he just likes being in the window because he's a weirdo. I think upon further reflection, I will probably end up re-rolling this run. And it makes me sad because I love sad bombs, I love BBF. I like weird sad bombs interactions. But it's just not good enough. It's weird enough, but it's not good enough. It doesn't hit the appropriate intersection. Is he alright?
I just saw out of the window.
Yeah.
I just saw a dude. He was on a bicycle.
Yeah.
Riding on the road.
Sounds normal so far.
He was texting while he was.
Oh, dude!
With both of his hands.
What the fuck, man?
There's no hand touching the wheel.
Yo, don't text and ride, bro. What could be so important?
He's texting and bike riding.
That's crazy.
Is that the new hype?
That guy's got places to be. He's a high-octane CEO in our tech-minded environment.
That is hilarious. Oh my god.
Alright, I gotta re-roll this run. I did notice, by the way, we have Holy Mantle. I like Holy Mantle, but it's still not good enough on this run. Whoa, that's pretty cool. So we got Rubber Cement, Triple Shot, Homing Tears. Very, like, low rate of fire, and it seems like our damage is shitty, but we'll try it. We do have Robo Baby 2.0. Actually, our damage seems pretty sweet. We have, like, maybe the Mulligan and Infestation 2. So I think this is the run we're probably going to end up sticking with, actually. It's a very weird run, but it's a run that I can get behind. I don't really want to replace D100 with Anarchist Cookbook. That's a little ridiculous. I'll take Mom's Purse, just in case. I'm not going to re-roll this run. Why did I take the Stars card if I'm not even going to use it? Hey, why do you say things if you're not going to be a nice dude? Well, technically you weren't even mean there, but anyway. Don't draw attention to my faults! Alright, so this is a run that is admittedly not that crazy, but I am starting to worry. It's powerful, but I am starting to worry about the fact that we could breakfast ourselves here. And maybe that's a little bit premature, but I like the weird interactions here, you know? It's like buying a house or something. I'm like, I don't love everything about it, but I do love Rubber Cement. I love the homing shots. I love that every time we hit an enemy, it generates some spiders. I think it's got good upside potential, you know? If we could pick up some other cool synergies, I could definitely see this becoming a noteworthy and quite powerful run. Admittedly, we're not really tearing through Blue Mom quite as fast as I would have expected here. Maybe it's because I'm spending like all of my time dealing with the riffraff instead of the actual enemies. There we go. That's what I'm looking for there. So if we can actually hit the bodily segments and then have flies generate and actually hit the segments after we hit them with our own tears, that's good stuff. Blue Mom is the hardest of all the moms, probably, so not feeling too bad about this. We also haven't taken damage in the process, so there's something, you know, to be said for that. Oh, yeah, now we are going to take some damage in the process. Got freaked out by that door opening sound. I thought, oh, we got Turdy Touch as well. I thought maybe the Bicycle Man was like, you talking shit? Or is you talking shit about me? I was texting my pregnant wife to say I'm on my way to the hospital. Well, you know, maybe take a taxi or something like that, or at least try to get there safely. I'm not going to tell him how to live his life, though. We're going to take this. We're going to head down to the next floor. I have no idea. I know we can see the secret room there. I probably should have bombed into it. Whatever. I have no idea how this run's going to go. Curse of the Unknown. I'm going to use a Stars card. I don't know. Maybe it'll put us closer to the boss. I'm assuming that this is going to be one of those, you know, mythical runs where we're way, way strong against small enemies. And against big enemies, we kind of suck. And that's okay. Because all we need to do is maybe pick up one amazing deal with the devil that really turns this around. Unfortunately, Death's Touch is already gone. I don't really want to get Brimstone, but if we could pick up, like, Pact and or Mark, I might consider it. Robo Baby 2.0 is maybe what I should be using as my dominant tier on rooms like this, because I can just fly in the corner and then use Robo Baby to handle it, but it's unusual. It's not unusual to go through 18 different runs. It's not unusual to get lost in search of fun. But when I throw an obviously one run, it's not unusual to see me cry. One of these days I'm going to get a recording contract. That's really, I'm just trying to, like, you know, pivot this YouTube career into a satirical Binding of Isaac themed, you know, Weird Al Yankovic style enterprise. One day, man. Are we going to go to the secret room? Yeah, we're going to go to the secret room. I would love to pick up some secret room items. Alright. I mean, this wasn't really what I was considering, but hey, if you want to give me the quarter and money equals power shows up at a later date, I'm okay with that. Or you could just give me money. I suppose that, you know, kind of cuts out the middleman again. This has been a surprisingly fast run, I guess. I mean, we did miss boss rush, but for all of these zaniness here, this has been a surprisingly fast run. I'm looking forward to getting rid of the D100. It's taunting me right now. But I don't want to reroll this run because I'm actually having quite a nice time, truth be told. That was bad damage, but you want to know my excuse for not opening golden chests? There's a lot of great golden chest items, but, you know, quite frankly, I just don't want to fight the enemies right now. There's my quote-unquote excuse. It's not a good excuse necessarily, but you know it's the truth, you know? How much better would the world be if we didn't have to use excuses? We could all just tell the truth. Why didn't you do your homework? Didn't want to. Didn't want to. That's not a good excuse. Oh, I know. Yeah, but it's honest. I'm not saying I should be rewarded for it, just, you know. At least I didn't say, oh, you know, Northern Line uploaded 3 Rebirth episodes yesterday, I didn't have time. I mean, that would obviously get you out of a problem, but would you feel good about yourself knowing you had to lie to make it happen? I wouldn't. I will take this Eternal Heart, because we're still technically Blue Baby, no matter what the rerolls have said thus far. That's not going to change. At this point, I would love to say that I'm only taking damage on neutral flies to fuck with people, but it's just not true. I'm taking that damage because I'm an idiot. And you should never forget that. I always pay a Krampus tax, I always pay a little bit of a neutral fly tax, and usually as a result of the idiotic way that I use my bombs, I usually hit myself with 1 or 2 of those per run. You know, we probably would be better off with Maggie's Faith instead of Petrified Poop. It's not going to give us that many Spirit Hearts, but it could end up making the difference between life and death. I hope it doesn't. I hope we just, you know, ball out of control. Let's see. Mr. Fred is not that bad. You know, these guys are relatively weak. The problem is we do have to get fairly close to actually hit. But once we hit, we'll generate a lot of flies. We could just put Robo Baby on top of him. Wonder if we have any bomb synergies. It appears not. Luckily, his shot speed is so low, I was able to move out of the way of that one. Man, it's amazing, like, the different... If you fight an enemy that doesn't just explode after being hit, like, 6 times, it's actually pretty difficult to do damage to them. Like, Mr. Fred is lasting a lot longer than I'd expect, considering how quickly we killed all the other enemies we faced. But, he's almost dead. And now he is, like, really dead. We got the Bible, which is... Then we must have the Rosary, I guess. And some red chests that I don't... We have to reroll this run one more time. Because I gotta reroll the Bible. What did we get? We rerolled the Bible into the Bible! I don't support that. Well, what do we got here? We got Lord of the Flies, Peeper's Eye. The weirdest, like, Mom's Eye shot. Juicy Sack, Sticky Babies, Mystery Sack. I hope we have a little bit less HP, indicating maybe we're a little bit further away from our breakfast singularity, but nah, dog, we're at full HP. We gotta see how potent our shots are. This is a pretty good test. Thank you, Tomo, for opening the curtain and subsequently blinding me. Alright, you know what we have here? We have okay damage, not sad onion, toxic onion, sacrificial dagger. There's good stuff to be had on this run. I think I'm pushing my luck a little bit too much. I really thought that the D100 would reroll the Bible into something else, but maybe all the Deal with the Devil items are actually gone, and that's why we got the Bible instead. I don't believe that, though. We haven't seen Brimstone on a reroll, and that is a dominant tier effect. And we haven't seen... Well, Epic Fetus and Dr. Fetus are not Deals with the Devil, so... It's all good. This is a run that we could, you know, we could hang our hat on. I kind of like the idea of using the D100 as a super high-risk D6. It's like, instead of just rerolling items that are shitty, Is the item shitty enough to reroll your whole run, motherfucker? Because that's pretty much the way I'm playing it right now. I don't know. Maybe we will do another reroll. We'll see. I haven't decided yet. The problem is the rerolls are all fun until you get breakfast. And then once you get breakfast in Lord of the Flies, you just lose the ability completely to do damage. And it's not fun anymore, because you're just like waiting for death. Now I'm noticing that, you know, DPS-wise, we're probably in a worse spot now than we used to be. Which is not a big surprise, considering we're not generating, you know, 100,000 spiders and flies per room. We could probably afford to reroll this run. Fuck it, let's do it. I'm not super attached to this. This is a boring D100 setup right now. We gotta get something a lot better if we're gonna make it in this business today. We got Leo, Bob's Brain, 2020, big fan, #1, but also high range. $3 bill, Gemini, Leech. Maybe this is where we call it. Well, at least we did get that one to go off. You know, Leo, not very good for us, of course. I kind of don't want to call it here, though. I have a problem, okay? Like, I keep wanting to reroll until we get a truly... Well, you know, this word has a bad reputation these days, but until we get a truly epic run. And we don't have a truly epic run yet. We've had, like, one epic item on each one of these reroll permutations. I want to stack some up. As much as I know that we're coming to the point of, you know, breakfasting, I don't want to cop out, man. Here we go. Oh, we got the Halo, soy milk. Now, we are a different color here. Is it possible that we picked up Libra? I think our shots are actually not that bad here. We also have Dark Bum. I think this might be okay. Obviously, you know, there's some problems associated with the knockback here. But am I crazy, or does this seem not awful? I think I might be crazy. We also have butt bombs. Butt bombs are alright. Sure. I don't know. Maybe we'll fight Mom's heart with this, and if it... Do we have a lump of coal here? I can't really tell. The shots are a little tiny. I think it's just dark matter that's making our shots look like they might have a lump of coal. Well, we basically have no choice in the matter but to kill Mom's heart with this, and then we'll decide, you know, after Mom's heart if we're gonna re-roll it. Red patch? I mean, we don't have Mom's purse anymore. I'd rather just stick with what we've got. I think we have My Reflection here as well. Now this would be an interesting run to have sad bombs on, although now that I think about it, they'd probably be terrible. Oh, we have the Soul as well. That doesn't make it impossible for us to get hit, but it does make it unlikely. I don't know why I keep accidentally firing these bombs in the opposite direction of where they should be going. But at least they do still do damage as a result of the fact that they are, you know, butt bombs. Nice. I mean, this is going okay. I guess it's the My Reflection shots that are not really allowing me to do what I want to do here. The Soul is nice, the damage is okay, but certainly, I think if you looked at this run, you'd be like, this is rerollable. That's damage that I shouldn't have taken. It's certainly zany, there's no question about that, but is it that powerful? I think the answer to that question is unfortunately no. So, we're going to continue re-rolling here, and rest assured that this is giving me a little bit of, you know, pent-up anxiety here, because I don't want to re-roll ourselves into permanent breakfast state any more than the next person. But, you know, we find ourselves here in a situation where it might be the right course of action. I also don't want to re-roll this into just like, we can fly, plus we have Epic Fetus, GG. But I haven't been thrilled with any of the situations we've had yet. Give me some, like, Tech .5 Spoonbender, incredibly high rate of fire and damage shit. Basically just make me overpowered. I don't like killing Pestilence that slowly. We got 2 lives. Okay, we got, like, still soy milk, but now we have piercing shots. Also pyro with normal bombs. Revenge fly. We're very slow. I think this is, like, we have to go with this one. And I think our damage has suffered as a result of my insolence. Oh, this is not good. No, this is not good at all. Thank you, Revenge Fly, for helping out, but this is what's fucked up about this D100 situation, man. If I keep going for broke here, definitely we want the Empress, and we can use that to some effectiveness, hopefully. But if I keep going with the D100, we get shittier runs, I think. And then I want to reroll them more because the runs are shittier. It's a, you know, it's a bad combination. With 99 bombs, we could still probably make this work, but this damage is just god-awful at this point. Usually, my experience with the D100 is that you, or the D4 for that matter, you reroll enough and then you get stuck on one special item for a few different runs in a row. Or a few different rerolls in a row. Then you get into like fully breakfast territory. So we're in that situation right now with soy milk, but I would expect that we probably have one reroll left that could take us to like Dr. Fetus or Epic Fetus or possibly both, but we wouldn't know it's both. But I mean, you can see we seem to fairly consistently be having the same items on our rerolls here. I think we're just coming to the point where, you know, there's nothing left to reroll them into, so they become full breakfast. 2 lives left. It's possible that like one of those lives would bring us back as Judas or something like that. Or sorry, Dark Judas, I mean, specifically. The other way that we might want to just handle this is like every room take a little damage and let Attack Fly do all the damage for us, but I'm sorry if this ends up getting perma-breakfasted. I do apologize. I just wish that one of the runs that we'd had been like a little bit more convincing. The triple shot, crazy rubber cement, you know, lots of flies and spiders one was okay. Then we got that double Bible, the double booble, and I thought, let's give it a shot, you know, let's go for greatness. Ended up being perhaps the wrong decision. This is pretty terrible. Not this run necessarily, but this specific permutation that we've got right now. If I could at least get off soy milk and onto Dr. Fetus, I think we have the wafer on this run as well, which is nice, but or maybe the cancer item. But if I could get off of soy milk and onto Doctor or Epic Fetus, I would take it, man. Oh, we got like... Oh, it's beautiful. Okay, we're super fast. We got Monstro's Lung. Oh, this is real. Okay. Monstro's Lung is cool enough to survive on its own here. I think we also have, like, the Mulligan. All of those enemies exploded into flies. Oh, I'm so glad that I didn't completely give up. Because this run is actually looking quite potent right now. And it took a long time. But eventually, we got to a situation where I can comfortably say this is a one run. Now, if you don't mind D100 and D4 and reroll rooms, maybe you could not show up for like a couple of runs so I could find myself in a position where I can actually like, you know, tailor my runs myself. Maybe, maybe learn a little bit. I almost hit the spacebar there, which if we had a full charge would have rerolled our shit, which would have been hilarious, but that was because I thought we were going to have a vignette. What are you doing with our cat, Kate? That's a good idea. He's getting a little harebrained right now. I don't know what that means, but he's not happy about it, though. Oh, well, Ruka's not happy about it. He says, why won't you brush me? Alright. I can't imagine this run being a loss unless I do something stupid and re-roll the whole thing. I love Monstro's Lung. You know, we've got other items that are of middling quality, or perhaps, you know, very good synergistically. I don't know. Let's see what we get on the chest. Doctor's Remote, piercing shots. We can't... We finally have the opportunity to get rid of D100. Thank you for eventually giving me a one-run, D100. And I mean that sincerely. Thank you for eventually giving me a one-run. But also, fuck you for leaving me on the chopping block for so long. Anyway, the piercing shots pickup seals the deal here if it wasn't already sealed. Piercing shots, Monstro's Lung is crazy good as long as you have some kind of damage to throw along with it. We also charge our rate of fire really quickly. We picked up the Crystal Ball, which is basically... you know, map plus compass right now. I'm surprised there were that many items left in the rotation, but, you know, there's still a couple we definitely didn't see. But I didn't want to run the risk of, you know, seeing them and then the run being over. I guess we should go back and take the Devil card. Might make it, you know, not quite one-shot Blue Baby territory, but somewhere in there. You know, less than 10 seconds, probably. I guess we didn't get that many luck upgrades in this reroll because we've got no chests that have showed up so far. But hey, a crystal ball and an extra spirit art that we can't even use. All right, let's do this. It's been a wild run. I'm happy for it. Maybe it won't be less than 10 seconds, but it'll be close. I'm happy for it to be over. I hope that we maybe have a little, you know, it's like having a wild weekend in Las Vegas or something. I just want to spend the next week sitting at home, you know, eating salads and drinking a lot of water. I want a normal run coming next. But hey, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the episode. If you did, click the like button. It helps out a great deal. And of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. But for now, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.